See, it's Vermeer. Now we have Protoss Prome and Brood War Creator. It's a different game. Even though we're on the same map. This is gonna be map number 1 this time for this series. That was very close though. Like, I remembered that Prome did win the series, and I remembered he won with Terran. I just didn't remember how close it was. I remember it was like some kind of all-in. But yeah, just like 4 barracks and push across the freaking cross spawn. Going fully crazy there. Just barely killing off Creator. Honestly, I feel like if Creator would have had that cannon, sorry, the forge still at home, and had the cannons. If he makes the forge, I think he wins the game. It doesn't cancel it. Because then you can throw down cannons, and there's not that much. The cannon shield battery is gonna be super powerful against that many marines if you have a few gateway units of that. And that's the moment where you don't make soakers, you just make zealots. You just make something to buffer, so you have a lot of excess gas. Maybe you can utilize that somewhere, or you can just pull out of gas and mine mineral only, like boost your mineral income. There's a lot of ways I feel like that were open there in the last match for Creator, and he unfortunately did not choose one of those, so a very difficult time for him there. Prome is gonna do a very fast expand here. That's a 1 gate, no core expansion. Quite almost as fast as Nexus first here, and yeah, this 2 gate opening here for Creator, of course, is not gonna fare that well against this. I wonder if we go into Sky Toss here from Prome. Could make Phoenixes. Which version is better at Cannon Rush? Well, you have to assume StarCraft 2, because they have shield batteries that can heal buildings. Which does not apply to the StarCraft Brood War shield batteries. Creator is gonna throw down a proxy pylon. So I'm pretty sure that you can... Like I'm not sure on the numbers of the cannon damage. Maybe the range is a little bit better for SC Brood War, or they have like some additional damage. Oh my god. He's gonna instantly scout this. Like, what are you even doing, Creator? You don't have warpins. Why would you make like 1 proxy gate? This is so weird. Like, make a robo, yeah. Is he gonna make a robo? He feels like he's waiting for some money. There's gonna be the robo. Okay, so the robo I get, yeah. But like 1 proxy gate is not... I don't know. I guess he really wants to hanker down. He's like saying, alright, you got the Nexus, now we're gonna break it. The thing is, there is no Twilight, so there is no blink. There's only 1 gate. And we're gonna see the shield battery already under fire here. And the Goons. You could make a shield battery here as well for Creator. Offensive shield battery, but he just wants to go into a robo. Please throw down that robo at home. Oh, he doesn't have the gas. What the F, man? He just proxies everything. He's so all in right now. There's no way for a recourse here. Recourse. If he ever loses this forward position, he's just gonna be dead. Shuttle on the way here, making more goons. I'm always a little bit surprised that we do not see more zealots mixed in these engagements, in these small skirmishes, because a mortal shooting at zealot is such a waste of DPS, and if you're forcing your opponent to control so much better, I feel like that's something that a player like Hero would just he might not do it always, but if he would ever do it, he would utilize it to its fullest potential. He would kind of counter micro all other units so well, I feel like, right? So imagine you have a zealot in front. The zealot comes in, and the mortals are trying to shoot the zealot, of course, because it's coming in, it's the first target. So you don't want to have that happen, so you utilize all of your range units, you're trying to click down units. Maybe you split them up in 2 groups, you're trying to click down 2 at once. Almost at once. The issue though is, there's the, of course, like the guy who uses the zealot doesn't have to control it at all. You just A-move it in, and then you can just pull back the units that you think are targeted. So you even get a lot of value out of that, and you get a lot of more hits in on top of your opponent as well. So I feel like there's a lot of potential to be utilized still. Now the Reaver is getting some good damage in, but it's a little bit off from killing stuff yet. And even slow zealots, I feel like just tanking the shots and just forcing that situation. The re-micro. It's such an easy investment. I feel like we don't see that often enough. Now, we're seeing the juggling defense basically here. Oh, the sentry didn't get juggled. But there's 2 Reavers now. They need to make their scarabs. So, whoa, the sentry! Oh my god! It didn't get pulled back in time. Now, there's a lot of mining going on here for Prome, but the double Reaver, I'm not sure if you can hold against this. If that War Prism gets sniped as well, there's no more dodging. He isn't dodging at all right now. Feels like he's a little bit surprised, a bit too much shooting there. And yeah, Creator's just gonna break through this, I think. Not sure if you can hold this at all as Prome. He's gonna make a few more Stalkers, but they don't have Blink. He does have 4 gates at this point, I guess, but he doesn't have anything to really utilize. Oh, he's gonna pick up these again. Oh, so he loses 1. But that's fine. He kills 12 probes. He's gonna kill the natural. There's no way of saving that one. The Immortal comes down and could kind of snap that Reaver. Oh, I think he needs... Oh, yeah, he gets it. Oh, no. Yeah, so there's only a Dragoon inside. He gets the Reaver. The 4 gates, now 6 gates, are gonna make this difficult. Is Creator gonna be pushed back here potentially? Forcing his way up the ramp might have been a good move there, getting a few more probes, making it very even now in the probe count. So if he just can kill this base, there's no real advantage anymore for Prome except for his tech, I wanted to say, but his robo is actually down here. There's an additional gate down here as well, so the 6 gates are gonna be falling back to 5 gates, which you can't really all of them utilize. And he didn't even... Oh, so he queued up a disruptor. That's it. He cancels it. Oh, it got cancelled. Because he lost this. Oh, no. This is the moment where you kind of need to cancel the Immortal. That was so sad to see. Oh my god, what a moment. He queued up the disruptor. I was like, oh yeah, he queued it up, so it should come out, right? But it doesn't, because it needs to be in production, not in the queue. If you lose the building before that, when you see the shuttle micro, it's insane, right? Yeah, Henry XXXN. Get the F out. Freaking bot. Alright. So pushing out now, he's gonna try to kill off the proxy. There's only 1 pylon here, so he will... Oh, get the pylon with like 2 stalkers. Or 1 immortal shot. And a stalker. Oh, Creator is gonna dive on this. He does pop the next Reaver, and that is definitely the last coffin in the sail, and the last nail in the coffin. And we're gone here. Creator is gone. No, wait. Creator did manage to work this. Let me quickly ban this bot. We can give him a sub and then ban the bot. Grant him a sub. Wow. I really want to see both Protoss cannon rushing each other. Should be very, very fun. I wonder if like the ban list for Twitch chats is infinite, if you have infinite potential bans. I don't actually know. I've never checked that. I'm just banning those guys every time. Sometimes I time them out, but I feel like it's just to kind of delete the message, right? Because I don't know how many... like, I don't think I've ever seen a returning bot, you know? It's always a first-time chatter. XXXM. Great name. Henry. Okay, next map is gonna be Sylphid. That was the 3-player map. And we will see another PvP this time. Wait. Yeah, it's the same race setup. So Prome sticks with SC2 Protoss here in the top bottom left position, and in the bottom right we do have Creator here as SC Broodwar Protoss. This is now the decider, of course, of this group, so we will go into another group after that. There's still 3 groups that we haven't seen yet. This should be Group C. And A and B are all uploaded on the YouTube channel if you want to look at that. Try to remember what was going on in this one. Should probably rename them a little bit. But yeah, this is gonna be the last one, the finishing deciding match from Group C, and then we'll move on into Group D, which should be Shin, Death Mars, Milky Cow, and Rake. Yes. And then Group E is gonna be Classic, 3-point Harang, Mini Zerg, UA, and then we have Young Yakov, Star Ed, and Blask over there in the last group. Those are gonna be your groups. And then of course we move on into that's a little bit of a special situation because we'll move into a not directly playoff. There's going to be a round of 12, which will have everybody from the second place. Like this is the decider match, right? So the first place is already through in this group. The second, and this decides who's going to get second through the group. But then you'll have to play in a round robin group against 2 other second places, basically. If you know what I mean. So you have to play against yeah, the other second places, like 2 of them, and have to win there, and there's going to be only 1 advancing from each of those. Now Creator again is proxying here, but this time it's gonna be fast robo, but there's gonna be Twilight and no expansion here from Prome. It's a 2-gate opening. I feel like he's gonna be way better equipped this game. And honestly, he was very close actually at holding it last game as well, so I don't hate his chances here. I feel like the defender's advantage might just be a little bit too powerful, especially because there's no warp gate. Remember, for the SC Brood War Protoss race here. Yeah, this time it's gonna be Blink. We saw how good he was at dodging blinks in the first series. Or dodging the bullets with the blinks. And you kind of want to keep every stalker alive now. I think he just saw his opponent over there. He's like, I can select my units too. And actually we will see Creator fully walling himself, so... Which is a funny thing, like you can just blink over this if you ever want to go aggressive with like even 1 stalker or something. This is like, if you make the DT build that Creator used in the first series, and you hit that from Prome, you will kill him. This is a rock, paper, scissors move. Now in this, I feel like it's kind of the same truth here for, oh, no, 1 down. It's the same truth here for Creator versus Prome. It feels like Creator has paper right now and Prome has scissors. And the rock would be the TTs. I think we need to rephrase that, right? The T's are of course scissors. So Creator has the rock right now and Prome has paper. The stalkers, they look like paper when they die. Their blink feels like such a good play against our robo. He did try the shuttle robo approach in the first series as well, and it got shut down incredibly strong here by these blink stalkers. And he has so many blink stalkers, he has so many units, 11 against 9 again. It's kind of the same story. So he's waiting to dodge the first shot. He might just blink in and kill this one. He's actually gonna get a few more stalkers. There it is, the blink in, and he shoots down everything just like that. GG. That was a fast one. Creator was like, damn, man. So this was... Prome was the snake here. He was the snake. He was lying in there and waiting for his prey to come in. And Creator was the tanuki. He was like a raccoon. He was sneaking in. He was looking at the snake. He was trying to nab at it. And then the snake turns around and bites off the head. I guess snakes don't really bite off heads, but... He swallowed him, and that's all there was to this game. So good for Prome. That was a really good execution there. It was just line in wait, and yeah, definitely a big mistake I feel like from Creator not getting the right intel, not trying a little bit harder on scouting there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, though, Creator can pick the race, so he picks StarCraft 2, of course, because it's his best race. What do we have on the other side? We did see Terran last series. We're gonna see Terran again. I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a Terran game. As indeed, we will see the first time today someone picking the race. Zerg. Okay, so Prome is playing Zerg. Brute War Zerg here. That's interesting. I haven't seen his Zerg specifically. I wonder if he has like a one-trick pony style here as well, like a very strong all-in. It could be a Hydra bust, for example. 3-hatch Hydra, right, is very powerful. I think in EVO you can even make more hatcheries because you have more minerals, you have more workers, right? Oh, I love this space. Oh, I love it. I want to see this in actual SC2 maps. I need this. I need this. It's so stupid, but I just need it. You know how good this is? Like, if you ever remember the very old Brute War, like the first maps that look really cool, those are those kind of space platforms. They look so dark and cool. And then you have the space behind them, and you could just look into infinity. And honestly, that's just so amazing. That was always the coolest setup for me. Oh, he does not get the Vision Town, which is interesting. But yeah, I'm so happy. Like this visual style is just so appealing to me. So cool. He does not see the Overlord, but he will find his opponent. Of course, it's the last position that he can check, that can have his opponent as on Radion. Apparently the vertical positions are disabled for spawn, so it's an effective 3-player map. He finds his opponent, he's gonna scout, and he sees that Prome is Brute War Zerg. I wonder if he randomed. I wonder if he actually played random. I'm not sure. Probably could maybe check this one. It's very difficult to track this. I don't think, no, it's not really shown there, so unfortunately no way to track this. There's the 3rd hatch. He's getting Link speed. Honestly, I feel like a 3-hatch Hydra bust, right? That should be the play here. Just get a strong all-in going, break down the Protoss. There's no wall. Like, he only has a wall here in the main base. And I know Prome hasn't seen this yet, but he could just link flood this. There's gonna be the Stargate coming, and there's the Hydra den, as well as an evolution chamber, though that's a little bit surprising to me. So I feel like we probably try to go for a 3rd base here with this. This probe is gonna get picked off here. The links are gonna find it. Very nice. And Void Ray on the way. A Void Ray, interestingly enough. Not sure how that performs against this Brute War Hydra. It's gonna be the range upgrade. The Brute War Hydra doesn't have any tags attached to it, so the Zergling has light, the light tag. And this Hydralisk doesn't have anything other than biological. So the only thing that does bonus damage to these guys is an Archon, for example. Something which has bonus against biological. Forge now behind this. Okay, I don't hate this. He can just make cannons. He has a wall now. He's gonna eat up the Overlord. He's gonna make oracles so he can set up stasis traps. Oh, this could be a hold. Feels like Creator is playing a very interesting, safe style here right now with the... I really like the Forge. And the cannons. There's gonna be the Hydra coming in. We have one Adept here with that Oh, the Hydra, he's gonna catch the first Hydra. He can jump on this, he's gonna kill the first 3 Hydras, I think. And they're coming in single file. This is not gonna be the trade you're looking for as Prome here. He's gonna lose more and more Hydras. Only 1 Hydra surviving. He's trying to get the Oracle, but even that does survive. And the last Hydra is gonna get... That was a disaster. He needed to wait until those are stacked up. He did get range and not speed. He's going speed now. We do see spores at home. I'm not sure. Like, this is the most uncommitted Hydra bust I've ever seen. And I don't like it. This is a very committed defense from Crater, so there's no big chance for counter damage right now. But he is going into glaives, he's going into additional gates, so we'll have that soon. And if he sets up a proxy pylon or gets out a war prism, then he even has a good reinforcement point, so he could throw in a very quick push. Going up to 4 gates now. And the robot, yeah, he could just go across the map with the adepts. The adepts don't deal bonus damage to the Hydras, so they do 10 damage, I think. Or 12 or something. They have 80 HP. How much do they do? He killed a drone over here. I was trying to take a third, so the third is also very late. So they deal 10 damage. That means these Hydras need 8 shots. And the issue is they will regen at least 1 health. So they need even 9 shots. You kind of need +1. I feel like you have to forge. He has the money. He should have gone for +1 as soon as he kills the Hydras. And chrono boost the hell out of that. Because then the adepts are not gonna take 8 hits for these anymore. That's a lot of hits actually. And like 9, right? 9 hits. If you focus fire them, 8 adepts one-shot a Hydra basically. He's 14. So he can't even... Yeah, now he goes for +1. I feel like it's so late. Of course, makes sense. He's going into a robotics bay, like overall to grab this. But he built up so many adepts right now. This is not a great scaling unit. You don't really want to keep that into the late game. You want to have that in your mid game at most, the early parts of the mid game. What am I seeing? And Kratos also, what am I seeing? Yeah, of course, this is seen by the Overlord. And I guess Kratos was a little bit unaware that actually was how this used to be. That all the Overlords are detectors. If you look at the bracket, unfortunately, you will see that this is already played through and you will see all the results. But we are in the Group C. This is the deciding match of Group C and the deciding map on top of that. Very nice stasis trap here. It's gonna slow down a lot of that mining. He shoots that unbuildable plates for a moment. And yeah, look at that. +1 was so late, it's gonna get very easily cancelled, denied. Crater pushing out with the shades. This is so many adepts. Oh my god, how many does he have? Probably has more than there's Hydras, almost. And he is getting some AoE done. Unfortunately, +1 was cancelled, so no big addition for those Colossi. This is such a funny hatchery. And Nexus number 3 on the way. So Kratos playing a pure defensive style. I hope he gets enough energy for that Guardian shield, but he has to use a force field right now. You cannot get overwhelmed here. AoE is there, but it's not the best AoE. The Colossus, of course, does not deal the bonus damage. Oh, he's gonna try to recall this one. Don't lose the Oracle though. Very nicely done. He's gonna cancel this base. Yeah, I feel like that was a very optimistic way anyways, trying to get that one up. And let's see what we're gonna get here. There we go. Okay, so it's gonna be charged. And Colossus range is gonna finish very soon. Unfortunately, we never remade the Forge here as creator, so he's never gonna have that +1. And those do 10 times 2 damage. There's +1 defense, so they do 2 times 9 damage. That's okay. They deal like 18 damage to all Hydras they hit. That's not that much, right? It's not like they deal 30 damage like against light units. Well, some pretty good trading though. The Colossus are trying to really get their value in here. And Prome is having a rough time getting on top of those. Oh, now he's microing it with the prism. That's a little bit dangerous if you ask me. Now you can see these adepts are really outscaled at this point. 1-1 Hydras here. They have very nice damage, even though against light they do deal the least damage, and those are of course light units. They only deal like 6 damage or something. Very small. Almost 7 I guess. And they do have 6 range though, and that's all that matters. And they have a very fast attack speed. 1.1 here for the adepts, but it's like 0.69. That's, I think, the normal fire rate of a marine. So they are very, very fast shooting units. But these Colossus are starting to really show their value here. And now we do have the adept reinforcement. This is where things are gonna turn. The lurker aspect was finished up, but he hasn't morphed any lurkers yet, and there is no time right now to get those out. Anyways, Creator is starting to push a little bit forward there with the Colossus and that Prism. Of course, he's getting a Templar Archives behind, he's getting his third Nexus set up, needs to get up the new base, and he's actually pulling back here. So this gives some time for lurkers if you want to morph them. Now is the moment, Prome, but he's actually going to try to push in here, gonna get a quick peek in, and we'll pull back for now. Yeah, again, the third base, Creator in a bad spot. Positionally, is not going to be able to hold this one, has to cancel again. Even though the pylon, I think, survives a second time, I'm not sure. He's leaving one Hydra behind here. I guess Creator's going to take that one. He's only going to send one Zealot, that's funny. 1 against 1 here. The Zealot always won that fight. Now, where are your lurkers? He has the lurker aspect. I feel like you need lurkers against this army. You're going to be so much more powerful. He did get it. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's the lurker aspect. He just needs to utilize it. It's not like he only made it to get morph-ins during fight. Now he's going to try to go for a different base. I like this approach because this base has a very much smaller ramp, and if you just posture in the correct position, even though it's a little bit further away, you can kind of save this one with a small amount of units. You can basically hold this indefinitely with some sentries, for example. Not that big of an entrance. Now, if he can get into a good position, there's a little bit of a flank there. A lot of Hydras are kind of stuck behind here, not getting in any action. And the AoE is just a little bit too much. We do already have 14 kills, 70 kills, and 5 kills on these Colossi here, stacking up a lot of damage right now in this fight here. Wow. Yeah, and I have to say again, where are them lurkers, bro? You could even, in a fight like this, you can have some lurkers, you can move in, you can burrow on top of this, you have so many units, you can kind of split, move in with smaller groups and try to get closer and then burrow the lurkers somewhere in the cover on the over this from these Hydras. You don't need to only utilize one big ball. I feel like, yeah, okay, so he morphs the first few lurkers, but and he does utilize the low ones, which I like. So that's good for that. But it's of course a little bit risky at this point as well, because Creator is here, he could just jump on this and cancel these. And he will get almost, yeah, see? It's a little bit risky in this position here. You should have made them earlier or a little bit further back. Now they do get cancelled. And some nice force fields again. You look at all of these Hydras doing literally nothing. They're just walking and getting shredded here to pieces. Those force fields really saving the game. You did get one Colossi, but there's still 2 standing here. We're starting to run out of force fields though. But this is a true Wings of Liberty style. You see how strong force fields were and why they get basically kind of removed from the game with the Ravager. Creator is not stopping, it seems like he's just pushing through, more and more units streaming in for the reinforcement here. Does not make another Colossus, he's really out of money at this point. He does have barely enough mining here right now, and Prome doesn't see the third base, he has no clue that this is happening right now. And he still thinks, oh, you don't have a third here on 2 bases, but he's gonna be surprised very soon. Finally we do see the Forge trying to be remade here. But I think the game is gonna end before we see any upgrades coming here from the pros. Unless we see a little bit of a reset. That's a decent Nova there. I think he kills 2, maybe 3. Yeah, there we go. We need to see a Guardian Shield again here. Let's utilize some force fields for now. He has enough energy for a Guardian Shield if he wants to utilize that. Even a few more. Now Link's coming in here, not sure about that. You wanna be careful with those Colossus. They are definitely the ones that keep your army alive. Prome is smelling something's up. Like, do you have this base? And he sees, oh, wait, you actually do. We do see half a recall and a little bit of a flank potentially, if you can chase this correctly. Unfortunately, a little bit too slow there. Spire on the way. A lot of idle drones here. Prome not really in the best economic position either. Missing a lot of his potential resource income right now, and we do see a insane supply lead here for Creator. Creator moving in with his army. Again, the 2 Colossi seem to be proven too strong. Stalkers don't have blinks, so you need to be a little bit careful. You don't really want to fight into burrowed lurkers that much. But he does have an observer, so he's gonna close in and he's gonna get those. The Hydra's not standing on top, not defending those correctly, but he snipes the observer. One does survive. He does have a disruptor though. I don't think you can one-shot them. It's 100 damage and they do have 125, so they still stand alive, but you can just walk on top with the Zealot then and then shoot the Zealot with the Colossi and kill it with the splash like that. So you can potentially kill it. But it's almost impossible to see. Now he will just snipe the base. I think that might be the best move anyways. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Even most of these drones do fall. There's Scourge now to try to deal with these Colossi. They should be very good, but that Nova! Oh my god! GG! GG! Whew. That Creator does move on. Wow. That Nova. Oof. That's one of those moments you saw in FIFA World Cup football recently, where all people were like having super close shots and everybody's like going, oof.